What is Miss Drea's question?
I'm in a healthy relationship and it gives me so much anxiety. My last relationship, I had to beg to be seen, and now my boyfriend sees me effortlessly. Why am I so afraid?
Because you're waiting on the other shoe to drop. When I've been in a bad situation for so long and I finally get the thing that I want, one of the trauma responses is I'm waiting on what I am used to happening again. When someone finally does see me, when someone finally does love me, the fear is coming because it's like, don't get too comfortable. And so you're going to have to focus on giving yourself reassurance that what I have now is not what I've been through. What happens is because we feel that fear, we take our fear to our partner and we say, I feel afraid, I need you to fix it. But they didn't cause it. That's not their job, right? So that's where self regulation comes in. That's where self soothing comes in. I have to become, and this is where making myself feel safe in the midst of a relationship, right? Knowing when I'm triggered. Because for a lot of people, getting in a healthy relationship is triggering. You are waiting for the lie. You're waiting for the betrayal. You're waiting for it because that's what I know. So you have to focus on learning, how do I regulate myself so that I feel safe? Because you will not feel safe as long as you allow that fear to just run rampant in your mind.
Really know if this is my last time, but what I know is I'm feeling just fine. My life is like a red carpet, and I'm feeling like the richest millionaire. This is my local mayor, and I'm the biggest star around here. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail, but more importantly, you saw the clip, man. Let's talk about waiting on the other shoe to drop and what people are scared of in these relationships that everybody's having nowadays, whatever. But Google the book first so you can find it on Amazon. Listen, a lot of y'all, as she said, you waiting on the other shoe to drop. But more importantly for me, it was what I'm going to talk about is you're taking it out on the wrong person. See, when we go down this rabbit hole of, you too good to me, it's a setup. You might do something crazy to me. I gotta watch my back. So now I'm gonna give you, pushback for no reason when it's not necessary. And you never think about, wait a minute, won't you rewind the tape of you when you were getting into certain relationships and certain things you liked about people and certain things you thought you liked at the time, 9 times out of 10 were the reasons why your relationships were toxic and traumatic, and now you waiting on the other shoe to drop. So sometimes y'all thought that, drama was love. And now when there's no drama, you know, because you've evolved, past drama being love. Now, but there's no drama, you revert right back into it. Like, yo, there's no drama. They just don't care. And it's like, no, man, that's a you problem. That's a you problem. And it's hard to say it's a me problem because you're not really, you don't want to pay attention to yourself. And a lot of times you have people in relationships who their partner, their significant other, they're not giving them the responses that they once got because they're not that type of person. So now you're stuck, dealing with your own inner BS with you in the relationship. And then, you sabotage it and blow it up because, okay, you know, how can I say this? You can blow up a good relationship because you can blame all the bad relationships on everybody else. So it's funny how people say they want to get out of a negative cycle, but when they get in the positive one, they'll blow it up and go right back to the negativity because that's their comfort zone. You see what I'm saying? So now, and then when you wind up back in the same situation, then you try to cry about it. And it's like, no, i.e., like people who say, they don't want to be in an abusive relationship and they complain about being in an abusive relationship, and they get away from abusive relationship and they go right back to the abusive relationship, whether it's back to the same person or go to a different person that's abusive. And you see this in patterns with people where, they'll constantly go back to the same dysfunctional type of person. They might not go back to back, but they might go dysfunctional person, oh, I'm better than that functional person. It just didn't work out. We just weren't aligned. The energies, and then they go right back to a dysfunctional person, and then they get out of that. They're backwards in their relationship model, and then getting back to it is what happened to actually taking accountability and responsibility. That goes out the window, because when you're waiting for the other shoe to drop with somebody else, really what's happening is your other shoe dropping. While you're waiting for the worst to come out of them, the worst is coming out of you, because you're trying to drag the worst out of them to prove yourself right. And you don't realize, you don't come to terms with how bad of a person or how annoying of a human being or how much of a detriment you are to a good relationship, because because you're still picking, poking, and prodding for the other shoe to drop. And when it goes beyond picking, poking, and prodding, you're trying to pull off their shoe yourself, and it's like, okay, you crazy. Now, it, part of one of the issues of this, just in my opinion, is some of y'all like the back and forth. Some of y'all like the yo-yo. Some of y'all like spinning the block. You get what I'm saying? Some of y'all, from good to bad relationship. You left a bad relationship and went to a good relationship. You spent the block to another bad relationship to spin the block to another good relationship. Like some of y'all are doing this, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. I would say more unconsciously. You're creating a story, and that's your way of dating. Instead of just dumping and moving on to the next, what you're doing is you in a bad relationship, you like bad qualities, you think it's a turn on, you get in a relationship with people with those bad qualities, you have a bad relationship, it ends, then you have a story to tell for the quote unquote good person to feel some type of sympathy for you, so you could be in a good relationship, and then all of a sudden it's something you don't like about a good relationship, so you blow that up, and then you can say, you know what, I just don't want to be in nothing serious. I just want to, I just want to do me. I just want to kick it. I just want, hit and quit. You know what I'm saying? I just want to just chill out and date a little bit and play around a little bit and have sex a little bit and da 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 da. And then you wind up back in the first situation. And then I'm sick of all these people. You know what I'm saying? I just want somebody real. Can somebody be with me? These people out here fake. They fraud. They da 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 da. Thus the cycle continues and continues and continues until you run out of people. Because, and how normally people run out of people, two things, in my opinion, happen. One is you run out of people because you run out of attractive people, and then you realize you're unattractive too, and now it's hard to play the game because now you fell off and the people you got to date fell off. So now it's hard to play the game with ugly people. You get what I'm saying? Because, oh, you too ugly for all this. And then the second thing is everybody moves on, and you wind up in the same spot where you started. So the other people in your age group are past that game now, and it's just you're looking for somebody to hear your story and feel your story. They just grew out of the whole game, and now you stuck. But I'm gonna leave it at that, because this is what happens when you're waiting for the other shoe to drop and you're the problem. But tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.